So this video will be based upon an article from Metal Injection, and it's to do with the band Lacuna Coil going on stage and standing there in absolute silence. Now, according to Christina Scabbia, Lacuna Coil frontwoman, she said that what they did was taking part in an Italian strike. So to set the scene, Lacuna Coil did a free live stream event titled The Last Concert, which is pronounced something else in Italian. And this happened this past weekend when they decided not to play at all. The band simply stood on stage in silence before the next act was scheduled to begin. Now, this caused some fans to be confused and even pissed off. So to break it down further, these are Christina Scabbia's words elaborating on the situation a bit further. In a video on their Facebook page, she says, "I know that a lot of you guys have been connected to the website Ultima Concerto IT, expecting a live concert that never happened. What you saw was a video of us entering the venue Alcatraz in Milano and standing still on stage, looking at an empty club. What we did was take part in an Italian strike, and I'm here explaining it in English because a lot of you guys probably couldn't read what was written on the website and couldn't figure out that this event was already really strange from the beginning, because more than 120 Italian bands playing from different clubs at the same time was already something very unusual. Let alone the fact that we never really promoted it, we never really talked about it, we never really reposted some of your posts. And if you think about Live from the Apocalypse, we always did that. Of course, we couldn't say anything because the purpose was to make noise," she continued. "So I can absolutely understand your frustration, I understand your anger, and believe me, all of us in Lacuna Coil wanted to be on that stage to play a real concert for you. What you have to understand though, it's not easy to organise a concert, and there are costs behind it that you cannot imagine." So the point of the Italian strike that happened yesterday was to bring attention to the fact that clubs have been closed for a year because of the pandemic, and we don't know when they're going to be reopening again. So I want to thank you guys, because even with your angry messages, even with your disappointment, you helped us scream louder. Some of you wrote, "It is useless to attack or use the fans," which is something that we never did intentionally. Well, think about the fact that the band is followed by a lot of journalists as well, so your angry comments are even more helping the music scene, because people will see this and will see that music without live clubs is missing a huge part. So I'm here to thank you guys and tell you that we're really hurt by some of the comments, but we know that this will be worth it. Sabia added, "So we want to hopefully see you in a real club and a real show very, very soon. And thank you for understanding. We love you guys." End quote. So here are my thoughts on what Christina's had to say. So could Lacuna Coil's latest stump be a sign of things to come? Could we see more bands taken to the stage and standing in silence as a sign of protest against the problems within the music ecosystem? My question here is, or questions, is there a decline in live music? If so, when did it start? And with what's currently going on in the world, it's no surprise that live music has been directly affected. But what are governments around the world doing to stop venues like in Italy and around the world from closing their doors for good? Looking at the live music venue infrastructure, bigger venues may still be around as they are owned by conglomerates with deep pockets. Also, speaking of concerts or even tours, the cost that goes into them is insane. Now, some fans who tuned into this live stream were upset, but good on Lacuna Coil for using this anger towards them to help bring awareness to a major problem. So let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this. Do you think Lacuna Coil were right to do what they did? Are you upset by there not being any tours at the moment? Something you think the future may be? Let me know in the comment section down below. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.